Now to Mexico, where a stage has collapsed at an election campaign rally in the north of the country. 9 people are reported dead. Dozens have been injured. The presidential candidate Jorge Maynez escaped as the structure came down in high winds. Well, this comes as Mexico is coming to the end of the most violent election campaign in the country's modern history. Candidates and politicians across the country have been murdered or threatened in the run-up to the vote as the country's powerful drug cartels put their stamp on the election. On Tuesday, 12 bodies were discovered in the coastal city of Acapulco in the latest explosion of violence. Guerrero is one of the most dangerous states in the country, and Acapulco is one of its worst affected cities. Our correspondent Will Grant reports.
Another grisly discovery on Acapulco's violent streets. In just 24 hours, police found 12 bodies scattered across the city, where not a night goes by without a murder. And in this most brutal of elections, scores of candidates have also been in the firing line. Even a leading candidate for city mayor was murdered as he ate dinner. Cynthia Juarez, who's standing as a local opposition candidate in place of a murdered friend, knows full well the risks of running for office. Of course I'm afraid. I'm scared that one day I'll leave my house and never come home, she says. But politics is the only way we have to raise our voice. Political violence perpetrated by the drug cartels is nothing new in Mexico, but the extent of the problem in this campaign has shocked even seasoned politicians here. Names are being removed from the ballot by the bullet, and that means some voters will have to choose candidates who best serve the interests of organised crime rather than the needs of their communities. The violence spans the political spectrum, though candidates from the governing party Morena have been the most affected. In Guerrero, Felix Salgado Macedonio is likely to be re-elected as senator. Some 60% of voters consider their cities unsafe, but he denies President López Obrador's security strategy has failed.
We have to move forward, little by little, until we pacify the entire country. But we have another big problem, our neighbor to the north. For the drugs to be bought and sold, there must be supply and demand. So, who's consuming the drugs?
Voters in Acapulco have had a tough year. 8 months ago, they were battered by Hurricane Otis, the damage still evident across the city, lives and livelihoods lost. Mercedes Sanchez's mother and brother were killed in a landslide. While she's grateful for the government's response, she says security will also influence her vote. We can't go out without fear. Even if you're not looking for trouble, you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, she says. Voters will soon choose the men and women to lead Mexico in the coming 6 years. But whoever wins in Acapulco, the endless war with the cartels will continue, posing a deadly risk to politicians and the electorate alike. Will Grant, BBC News, Acapulco.